Well, thank you all for being here this evening. I want to thank the Archbishop. I also want to thank the Catholic Education Foundation and all of you who are here tonight on behalf of the Catholic Education. I also want to congratulate my co-honorees this evening as well. I wouldn't be here, like many of you, if it wasn't for a lot of help of a lot of people and too many to name this evening, but I would like to start with thanking my wife, Alice, of 35 years. She's been a great wife, a great mother, but she's also an astute businesswoman in her own right and a very intuitive thinker. And a lot of the major decisions that I've made over the years, I've always run them by her first. But in a spirit of openness, I better at least let you know that I probably didn't listen to her each and every time I asked for her advice, but more times than not, she was dead on. So thank you, honey, for all that. I told Rich Lichtleiter I really felt a little underqualified here this evening. I felt more like a Catholic school dropout than I did a graduate. I made it through St. Joe's School, but then St. Joe Prep, the brothers left town when I was heading in to be a freshman. And I lasted one semester at Spring Hill College down in Mobile, Alabama, and then I went Presbyterian and transferred to Center. So here I am. I also want to thank my two sons, Jonathan and Nicholas. When they were growing up, I drugged them to all kinds of fundraisers and political activities and civic outings that I know they would rather have been other places, but they soldiered on with me, and in their adult life have been a great bit of support for me. And I want to thank them. They've made us awful proud. They're very accomplished young businessmen in their own right. And I also want to thank them for not causing me and my wife Alice near the amount of heartburn that I caused my parents when I was growing up. So thank you, boys. I also need to thank my cousin and business partner, Bill Conway. Bill and I have worked together now for 40 years, and Bill is also very active in our community, and he and I give each other a lot of space away from the dealership to do the things we do in our communities, and that's the same thing that our parents did before us, so I thank Bill for that. Those of you in the audience tonight who are at least 60 years or older, and I think there's a few of you that can join me in that, will understand what I'm going to say when I say that the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth, they taught us what stewardship was long before I really knew what the word stewardship meant. They taught us that, all lives, everyone has needs. Some people have greater needs than others. And there are those of us who can help provide for those people with the greatest needs. And I remember that growing up. My parents and most of my uncles and aunts were also products of Catholic education. And they too instructed us that giving back to the community, it was really, in our family, it was an obligation. And I've taken those teachings with me throughout my adult life. I want to thank the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth and the diocesan priests who made my Catholic education possible, because as you can see in this room tonight, people who are products of a Catholic education are certainly making a difference in all the communities here in our archdiocese. So I want to thank you for this honor and recognition this evening, and thank all of you all for being here tonight in support of Catholic education for the future generations. Thank you very much.